YouTube friends, Geezer here. This is going to be kind of a eclectic type video. That is, it's going to go in a few different directions. I'm sorry about that, but that's just all I got to work with this time. And I want to start off talking about the last video that I put up. You know, the one where we were at the campground working on Classy. More accurately, I want to talk about the comments that were left on that video. I've never experienced such an outpouring of friendship, support, interest, encouragement ever in my life. That was just wonderful. It really was. I've read through those comments 2 or 3 times, and it just makes my heart happy every time I look at them. So I want to take this opportunity to look you right in the face, right in the eyes, and offer my sincerest thank you. Now this past week has been it's been a week, you know. A couple of days after we were at the campground, I was headed out here to the storage yard in the van, and I came up on an intersection, not a main one, but there was a stoplight there. You know, you get that yellow light and you have that split second to determine whether or not you're going to go for it or stop. Well, I chose stop, and got on the brakes, and something broke. The pedal went right to the floor, and I got one extra pump in before I just blew through that intersection on a red light at about 40 miles an hour. And it was fortunate there was nobody stopped in front of me, and there was no traffic in the intersection, so I didn't hit anything, which I'm extremely grateful for. But it took me a while to get her slowed down to where I could turn off on a side street and gather my composure. But I don't have the kind of tools it would take to rip into a brake system on a van. So I called my brother-in-law Earl. Yeah, good old Earl. He came to the rescue, brought the tools, repaired the problem, got the brakes back, but it's just a patch. So I think the old van's getting close to the end of the line. Transmission's not good. Now the brakes aren't real good. I mean, she'll stop, but it's only a matter of time before we have another failure. And then two nights ago, Midge, our older Shih Tzu, the little black and white one, there's a picture of her there, she decided she was going to jump out of a shopping cart. Over the side she went, hit the ground, and when she hit, she kind of cried out, and she couldn't get back up. And we scooped her up and headed for the vet clinic. Of course, it was after hours, so we had to go to the emergency clinic. But by the time we got to the vet clinic, she was able to walk and actually kind of looked normal. But we wanted the vet to check her out. The vet said she was fine. There was no signs of a break or a fracture or a dislocation or any internal injuries. You know, anything you might expect from a little old dog like Midge hitting the floor from the height of a shopping cart. So luck's kind of been on our side, I guess, except for Classy. I've been working on the generator. It'll run for a little while and then just shut off, and then it won't start again. Here, let me show you what it's doing. seemed to be a pretty common thread with people that have offered suggestions of what to look at, is an overheating issue where the generator gets hot and then just shuts off. But I'm sure that's not the case, because as you saw, sometimes it doesn't run long enough to even get warm, let alone hot. So I don't think that's it, but I have looked at the cooling fins as best I can. It's really tight inside that compartment where that generator is. It's really hard to get in and see anything. But I did check the fins. I didn't see any clogs or anything inside the air fins from what I could see. There's 2 fuel filters in the gas line. They've both been replaced. They're brand new now. I changed the oil and made sure that the oil level was it was full, just to the line, just like it's supposed to be. Very meticulous on that. I put new spark plugs in, and I took the gas line loose from the carburetor and cranked the starter to see if I had any fuel pressure, and yeah, it squirts out of there in a fine stream. Besides that, it kind of smells flooded when it shuts off. So I'm thinking it might be the choke. I don't even know if that unit has an automatic choke, and if so, how I'd get to it, because again, it's hard to see anything in there. But I guess where I'm going with this is, if any of you have any idea, it's an Onan gas generator. Of course, it's an old one. But if you have any idea what would cause it to act like you saw in the video, please drop me a comment or a message or something. And I did get a couple of things done. Oh wait, first I want to show you these. The old purple curtains that we had in here, unfortunately they got destroyed when we were working on the overhead. Lucy made these. Little heavier material. They block out the light, and I kind of like where they go from floor to ceiling better than the way it was before. But they're nice and thick, and they do the job. But here, let me show you a couple other things that we got done in here. You might remember from the bucket list expedition that we took. That was our first trip when we were in Wall, South Dakota, there at Wall Drug. Anyway, if you haven't seen that video, there's a little link right up here where you can go check that out. That was a pretty cool place. But anyhow, we bought that little wolf hologram, and believe it or not, we just couldn't find any place in here to put it. There's no wall space in this camper. We really hadn't noticed it until we got that picture. But we came up with this idea, and I think it works pretty good. There's the wolf right there on the refrigerator. I don't know if you can get that hologram effect on the camera or not, but I think it looks kind of cool on there, and the few people that's come in here, once they spot it, they almost always jump back. But got that done, and then Lucy's little kitchen. As you can see, there's just no counter space in this little kitchen at all. So she had come up with this cutting board, which fits in here pretty nicely, and it's solid. You can use it. We added this little thing. This is by Camco. It's just a little countertop extension. Just lift it up, snaps in place, and it's fairly solid. I think they say it holds 15 pounds. So between this and this, plus the little bit of counter we already had, it really it really shaped this kitchen up quite nice. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Well, I hope at least some of this video made sense. It's just kind of a collection of little bits and pieces strung together, but it is what's going on in the land of Geezer. But I think I'm going to cut this off here, go home. I'm pretty dejected and discouraged right now over that generator. I just don't know what it is, so if you have any thoughts whatsoever, please let me know. And until next time, from the whole Geezer gang, happy trails.